So here we are, just resuming from the previous video. I showed you these nest trees from a distance from outside the forest edge. Here's Sue approaching a P&T that has a previously used nest tree that has a placard on it, wildlife tree placard. It was strangely not in Les's database as a marked tree, but you can see looking at this, that's about probably approaching 2-meter DBH, like at least 180 centimeter DBH. And that tree way up at the top had 4 cavities. We circled the tree completely and counted them, but they all look quite old. So I went to the tree beside it, which is another classic nest tree, slightly smaller DBH, also not in the database. But this tree has 3 cavities in it, and one of them looks very fresh. And this morning I had the pair drumming on top and interacting and doing WHA calls. So this is about 120 centimeter DBH, still a very large tree. And the cavities are about mid-bowl there. So these trees used to exist at a density of 1 per hectare prior to commercial forestry. Now they're existing at, in Les's latest report, 0.1 per hectare, or 1 every 10 hectares. So they're much rarer on the landscape, but these are the kind of classic WHA nest condo trees. So now we're gonna pause the video and I'll take you over to WNT 061, and that's a previously used nest tree from 2008. Just walking over to the PNT, which is marked in the database as WNE 061. And while walking over there, there is another classic larch tree that's unfortunately now Wildlife Tree Code 5, which is too far gone for WHA to use generally. There is evidence of old scars. There's several cavities in there that the bark's now sloughed, but you can see where they were. So that's one that was not recorded in the database, and it's probably too old to really worry about. It certainly wouldn't be used now. Now let's go through this foraging habitat and go to this PNT that is marked in the database as WNE 061. It's still standing. This is a bit of an unusual nest in that it's a much smaller DBH. It's still a wildlife tree class 2. Actually, I gotta watch the sun, make sure it doesn't get too backlit. Wildlife tree class 2 here. Sue's gonna walk over for scale. But in this one, you can see the cavity. Sue will point up to it right there. So it's a very low cavity, and it's about a 35 centimeter DBH WHA nest tree. And you can tell this cavity was definitely WHA. It's a nice toonie sized or golf ball sized hole, but it has started to grow over. And so it's healing now. It hasn't been used in a while. And then Sue was pointing at something around the back here. Oh yeah, wow. Another cavity in here that's really low, but also grown over and healing. So that's your classic WHA cavity diameter, but the tree is, as I said before, a little small for use by WHA. And again, this is WNT 061, marked as used or active in 2008. And in the background, you can see perfect foraging habitat, good density, and we know there's at least 3 other previously used nest trees in the stand in this WHA. So I think the WHAs are effectively promoting conservation of the key attributes that we need, the SPH targets and retention targets that we need to sustain WHA. We're going to see in a minute when we go into critical habitat where CAN4 is actively logging in critical habitat using the old BMP target of 85 trees per hectare or stems per hectare, or purporting to, you'll see that that's not actually being achieved. And I'll talk more about that block when we're in it.